Yo, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy SoSo, and welcome back to the channel. Make sure you're hitting that like, comment, and subscribe button, and more importantly, turn on those notifications. That way you guys get notified when we drop hits like this. On this episode, we're breaking down the World Baseball Classic, which kicks off this week. The Heat are fighting for their playoff lives, and the Panthers are definitely out of the playoffs. It's time to take a ride, y'all. Let's go! What's up, player?
Hey, sir.
It's good to see you.
Great to see you.
That is a fine hat you're wearing there.
This is a fine balcony we're sitting on. I had to bring my finest of garments.
Yeah, right? I mean, we upgraded the studio a little bit, right?
Yeah, dog. The fans are getting sick of the rotation, or maybe they're digging it.
Maybe they like it. Maybe
we're
like
Drake and Future when they got along. We just changed locations.
You feel me? And then we just dropped 2 double CDs back to back 3 months apart. Millions of dollars.
Bang.
Millions of dollars. But yeah, man. I wish, right? It's cool that you wore the hat and you got the shirt and you're golfed out because we just saw the PGA
Miami
Tour.
Golf Bros, holla back.
Holla back. Make sure you're following and subscribe to that. But we just saw the PGA Tour kick off, right, for this year.
Florida Swing.
Right? Came through, which was nice. The Cognizant was always nice.
Did you Cognizant?
Cognizant.
Cognizant. You got it.
There it is.
Did you watch the end? Like, did you hear about the end?
I did.
I only knew because Mikey said it in the group chat.
Shout out to Blaze, he was there. Protege was in the building.
Bro, what a meltdown by Shane Lowry.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I mean, look, bro, we all know that golf is a real mental game, right? And you need to have that mental fortitude in order to compete with the best of the best, right? Because like any one of those guys that is top 50 golfers right now on tour can win any tournament at any given time. So when you're in position, everybody's 10 strokes under par, 12 strokes under par, 15 strokes under par. Oh, it looks like they're dominating the course, but that just means your margin of error is that much smaller, right? So for him to choke on the last hole like he did, it
wasn't even. It was before that.
It was the breakdown of it.
It was a few holes that he double bogeyed. I think it was like
16
and 17 coming in. That took himself completely. He was sole leader. All he needed to do was par out. Didn't need no birdies or nothing. Yeah. And he ended up losing to a guy that was already in the clubhouse and wasn't even thinking about winning.
Imagine that guy took a shot. Like, I'm out of here.
No, he was still hanging out, but yeah, he was like, all right, second place, not bad. And then they're like, hey, you won the tournament. He's like, eh?
I'll take the check. I'll take
Yo, that's check. Crazy, bro. Crazy meltdown. But yeah, you were saying, man, golf is underway,
bro. Golf is back and full swing, bro. And I think shout out to Netflix too for the episodes that are coming out soon. But yeah, you know, like anytime that we can get golf back on the show and talk about it, I feel like it's always a good segue. I feel like a lot more people in our generation are transitioning into playing a lot more golf, right? Especially down here in Miami, which is always awesome to see, right? I love to see the game growing.
Did you watch Tom Kim hit a hole-in-one last night in the?
How crazy was that?
Tiger Woods there and everybody went hype.
Dog, Tiger didn't even know what to do. He just
you saw that, right? Yeah. That clip's hilarious.
It's awesome, and I'm happy for Kim too because like he's the young guy on that squad, right? Playing with all the old G's and stuff like that, and for him to be in that position, right, to be under Tiger's wing, and you're learning from this guy a lot. They play a lot of golf together outside of regular, you know, TGL and tour shit. It's awesome, dog. Like who the fuck wouldn't want to be friends with Tiger Woods?
That moment was electric. That was so funny, bro. Tiger's like, wow.
No, and what it meant too, right? Like you get the hole-in-one, and they make the playoffs with that win.
Exactly.
Crazy. TGL, man. They got something going on there, dog, for sure.
Pretty fun. On a Tuesday night, bro, when there's nothing else going on, dog.
And that place was packed, homie.
Of course.
Packed. And it's always packed. It's always packed. Something else that's going to be packed this week, starting this week, and across America, right, and across the nation and the entire world, the World Baseball Classic.
Oh, baseball. Are you excited, my friend?
Loco, tú sabes. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like, I love this tournament, right? Because you're literally pitting the best of the best together. You know what I mean? It's not like the best team that's on a hot streak that caught fire in the playoffs. Nah, this is like if you were building your dream squad, right? This is what you got. Regardless of whatever country you look at, Venezuela, stacked. Colombia, stacked. Puerto Rico, stacked. DR, stacked. US, stacked. Japan has won it 3 times. They got that MVP pitching and hitting.
Bro,
you know what I'm saying?
Did you see his BP the other day was sold out?
Yeah.
BP.
Yeah.
Was sold out, bro.
Yeah.
Just to see that guy practice, dog.
But it makes sense.
That's greatness, bro.
But it makes sense, right? He's the Babe Ruth of our time, and we've said it so many times how, like, you know, there's been guys who can pitch and hit and whatever.
Not like Otani.
But not like this dude. Not dominant on both sides, right? Like, and for him to play for Japan, right? it shows you how dedicated he is to this type of tournament, right? Because he could have took the offseason and said, bro, I just won the World Series. I just won the World Series MVP. I won the regular season MVP. I'm going to take these fucking 3 weeks off and go chill in spring training. Nah. Dude flew straight over there, been in training camp since day one. The Dominican team was like all in training camp 3 weeks before they were even scheduled to do so. So there's a lot that's riding on this, you know what I mean? And I think that brings out the best, and we, the fans, get the benefit of it because we get the entertainment, right?
Yep.
Like, we're going to see how packed, you know, Lone Depot Park is going to be these next couple of weeks.
Way more packed than any regular season Marlins game.
100%. And regardless of who's playing, it could be Netherlands versus Nicaragua, and that shit is gonna be packed, right?
Yeah.
It's amazing what the game of baseball really means worldwide, right? Because in America we see the drop off, right? Because MLB is too many teams,
too many games,
too many games,
year.
a lot of bad teams, right? Teams that don't spend. But when you get this type of tournament, and like we said, the all-star studded teams everywhere, you're getting the best of the best, right? And that's almost like a smaller World Cup format,
right.
and I think it's working out for baseball worldwide, right? Because everybody too wide. Prestige. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like worldwide, it makes an impact. I don't know if it helps or hurts the game in the U.S., but being a fan of baseball,
I think it helps. I think it only helps. In the era now where we are, you know, with clip farming and it's all about the viral moment and things like that. You know, I think it only helps because, like you said, we're setting up the best of the best. You know, like the argument, you know, in the MLB is like, you know, the inequality and like, you know, the Yankees or the Mets, they spend more money than the Marlins do, and the Marlins owner never wants to put money. So
100%.
How good are they ever going to be? Well, here, no, everybody's fighting for country, everybody's fighting for pride. Yeah. So you're going to get the best teams. You're going to get the most motivated athletes. Yeah. You know, the end product is going to be, you know, fireworks. So at some point, there's going to be a bunch of clips and things that happen. Just like we were talking about TGL.
100%.
We're talking about indoor golf. Imagine the best athletes, you know, the best baseball players in the world playing in the World Baseball Classic. You know, it's only going to better the sport and keep advancing the sport and keep it alive, I think.
I feel that. And I think the timing couldn't be better for it, right? Like, they do it right before baseball kicks off, it really starts, right? Football is definitely out of the picture. Basketball is kind of winding down, getting ready to head into the playoffs, right? Same thing with the NHL. And, you know, the World Baseball Classic can take advantage every 3 years and bring the attention solely onto this elite tournament that they put on. And I say elite because if even the games so it started today, there was Chinese Taipei versus Australia, they kicked off the tournament. But you look at the games on Friday, Cuba versus Panama, Puerto Rico versus Colombia, Nicaragua versus Dominican Republic.
Yeah.
Bro, that's 3
matchups.
games that you just put on and you're like, well, I'm here for 6 hours to watch baseball, right?
What time does that start on Friday?
I think the first pitch is at 2:30 on the West Coast. So for 2:30 us here, which is like 11 a.m. or something like that. So it's again, you're getting awesome games. You're getting awesome games. You're seeing the best talent in the world. And for us here in Miami, it's so special because we get to go to games, right? Like, you know, again, Friday, DR versus Nicaragua, that shit is sold out. There's other tickets available for other games, right? Netherlands, when they play here. Nicaragua has another game here against Israel. Just a lot of games that are available in case you want to go check out your country. Check it out. It's definitely worth the price of admission to go see real high-level baseball, you know what I mean, in your home city. Like, you usually got to pay a lot of money to go see that, right? And let's be honest. If you're a Marlins fan, you're not getting that. You're not getting that. You're not getting that.
Not unless you're rooting for the other team.
You know, and just to segue a little bit into the Marlins and show them a little bit of love, you know, they have made some moves, and I think you're going to see an improved squad this year. But it's all about the perspective that you keep with the team, right? You gotta know that this team is still learning how to win games. They're still learning, you know, what talent fits where, what talent needs to be upgraded, you know. So there's a lot of work in progress when it comes to the Marlins, but they're gonna be watchable like they were last year, right? They're gonna entertain us. You're gonna find those good streaks that they go on and win 7 games in a row or some shit like that.
The thing I'm most excited about for this season is them bringing back the throwback.
Ooh, clean ass jerseys. I mean, I believe they're a few years away from just saying, fuck it, we're going back to the Florida Marlins.
We got to, bro.
You know?
We got to. We should, honestly.
I really think we should.
Bring back the old logo, old color schemes.
Yeah, and you know what? The city would really be behind that, bro. I feel like the city would really get behind them bringing that back and being like, all right, this is the team that we all fell in love with when they came here. You know what I mean? And just bring back that nostalgia for the fans, man. They got to do it. Let's talk about another team that we love to talk about here, and that's the Miami Heat. Probably one of the most frustrating teams that exists right now, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
If we're looking at this team, right, you look at what they're able to do in against good teams. Good teams, they go out there and they smash. 19-7 versus teams that are above 500.
Great record. That's phenomenal record.
Brother, that's if you look at a team that's 19-7, right? More often than not, that team is trying to make the playoffs. That team is trying to do something where they're either a 3-4 seed, right? They're positioning themselves for home court advantage in the first 2 rounds, and they have some shot at the title. Then you look at the opposite, right? And you look at our home record this year, and I want to make sure that people know that this is the right number. 13-22.
That's
against teams that are under 500.
We're 13-22 against below 500 teams.
Yes, sir.
Dog, that's disgusting.
Why? Why are we there?
That's disrespectful.
Why are we there?
How do we perform so bad against bad teams?
It's the frustrating part that I was alluding to. It's the inconsistency in the players that we expect to be consistent. We don't expect Bam to go out there and have 30 points a night, fucking 15 rebounds. We would love to see
Absolutely.
it. We know he has the talent to do it, but we don't expect it, right? What do we expect? Oh, yeah, go out there and give me 20 and 10 at least, homie.
That minimum.
Minimum every single night, right? Sometimes he does, sometimes he doesn't. Hero been extremely inconsistent this year, not only with his injuries, but also with his play. He'll have those games where he's dropping 27, dropping 26,
and then getting shut out and he can't make a 3.
The guy that we were depending on earlier on in the year has now been inconsistent due to Norman Powell, due to injuries and inconsistent play. It's hard to play well when you're not playing that often.
Not in the rotation often, yeah.
You know? So what does that mean for the Heat? You know, you find you're in 6th place, you're in the 6th position right now in the East, right? Holding on to dear life, because there's, you're not reaching 4, and you probably are not going to catch 5. So you got to hold on to that 6th position, but everybody behind you is a game behind, a game behind, a game behind.
Damn. So it's close.
Close. Now, what can the Heat do? Take advantage of their current schedule, right? They're playing these bad teams all over. You got to go out there and you beat them, right? They beat the shit out of the Nets last night, right? Cool. Take care of business on Tuesday night. Go out there and get a nice win. Bam played well. Hero played well. We got some good minutes off the bench. Like Jaquez played well. Cool, good win. Go out there and do it again on Thursday night. Right? Because there's no way that you put up a performance like that on Tuesday and then you're facing the same team, running the same fucking schemes, the same players, and you don't go out there and perform, maybe not the same way, but at least close enough to that.
Right.
Do you think they can do it on Thursday night? The chances of them doing it to that level is less than 50%.
It doesn't bode well, the numbers you just, spit out, bro.
No.
So wait, when did we play Phoenix? When was that? Did we play them recently?
So we played Houston, because you're thinking of Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
And we smoked them on Saturday. That was a Saturday game last week. It was like a 2 o'clock game or some shit like that. It was pretty cool. They had the Heat on ABC, or NBC, excuse me. And they went out there. That was the game that him and Hero were talking shit.
John, yeah, that's what I wanted to talk to you about.
And he goes out there, again, Hero performed. He got into KD's head a little bit. And ultimately, the Heat played really well that game. Then you go out there and you kind of play like shit against the next opponent, go out there and beat the Nets. My only thing is, if Bam is coming out and he's the captain and he's saying, man, we shouldn't be a play-in team, we're better than that, blase, blase. In my mind, I'm like, dog, either you're a liar, right? Either you're a liar or you just are choosing not to believe what you're seeing in front of you.
You're oblivious.
You're oblivious. You know what I mean? And even as a captain of the team, if you're oblivious to that, what's the mindset of the locker room? You feel me? So that's why I'm like, this shit is so frustrating, because you have your captain saying shit like this. He's one of the guys that's been the most inconsistent this year. And then the time that we need them to step up, he's saying shit like that. Right? Instead of saying like, yo, we need to be locked in, forget about the fucking record, we're gonna focus on every game.
Start from here.
That's what you expect from a captain. Wade will say some shit like that.
Of course.
Chris Bosh will say some shit like that, right? Haslam will say some shit like that. And those were guys that, again, were playing, maybe second fiddle to LBJ. I don't expect LBJ to come out there and say it, right, on this Heat team. I would expect a guy like Wade, you know, Haslam, Bosh, who was the white boy that was playing on that team that I forget.
Mike Miller.
Mike Miller. Again, a guy who's gritty.
One shoe Mike.
Right? A gritty guy to come out and say, yo, let's lock in.
Shane Battier.
You feel me, dog? Not a guy who's going to say...
Maybe Birdman's not going to be the one to do it, you know?
Listen, all I really want to point out with that comment is that that's not the way I want my fucking captain to talk.
Absolutely.
Especially when it's game time and you're trying to hold on to a playoff spot.
Yeah, we're in playoff mode. It's post All-Star game, you know, we're fighting for a spot. We're trying to not be in the play-in tournament for what, the 20th
year straight.
Come on, dog. Like, so yeah, I agree, man. We gotta lock in, and we need that to be expressed, you know. And so we need the head guys to really shape up, bro.
100%. And again, they need to win the games that are in the schedule, right? You're playing Brooklyn again on Thursday. That's a fucking terrible team. You're playing Charlotte. That's a terrible team. Washington. That's a terrible fucking team. Milwaukee is a disaster. You're playing these teams. You gotta go out there and beat them. I don't expect you to go out there and beat a 4th seed, a Detroit Pistons, you know what I'm saying, a New York Knicks. I don't expect you to beat those guys. Those guys are clearly another level above the Heat. But damn,
it sounds
dog.
like those are the guys we can beat, and the other guys aren't.
Right?
You know?
Mad.
Makes no sense.
It's maddening.
That's frustrating. That's very frustrating.
Especially knowing that this team needs a change. We didn't see it through the trade deadline. Obviously, this next offseason, there's gonna be some major moves, right? There's a lot of dudes that are gonna be free agents, a lot of dudes that are gonna become more tradable assets, quote unquote. So, yeah, it's goal time, right? If you're on this Heat team now and you think you're doing shit and deserve to be in the playoffs, it's goal time. I need to see effort. I need to see guys throwing themselves on the court for balls, you know, blocking shit, playing defense, taking charges. I don't see none of that.
We don't have that.
We don't got that. You know, we don't got that. So if we're trying to get to that level that we need to get to, that's the type of shit that we're gonna need. You know, grit. The Heat needs some grit.
Heart. Miles and miles of heart.
You feel me?
We need a Shane Falco in there.
Something. You know who was kind of a Shane Falco? That kid Hughes from the USA hockey team.
Oh my God!
Let's talk about Jack Hughes and the USA hockey team.
That poor kid, bro. His dentist is gonna get a payday for sure. That poor kid.
Nah, that kid's not poor, dog.
Before we get into hockey, though, did you see what happened to Chris Bosh? And do you know anything? Like, he posted something on social media saying that he was involved in an accident at home, woke up in an pool of his own blood or something, but it was kind of like
very opaque.
Obscure. Yeah, you can't
like
really.
That word?
Opaque. Yeah, it wasn't very clear. It was clear as mud.
No. It was
as to what happened to him and stuff. And
I don't know what happened.
As a Heat legend, I just want to make sure, shout out to Chris Bosh. Hope everything is
for
okay
sure.
And T's and P's.
And more importantly, the type of message that he put out, right? Take advantage of every day.
Yeah.
Don't leave anything for tomorrow because you might not get that tomorrow, right? And that goes for everybody, right? Regardless of what you believe in, don't believe in. You gotta take advantage of every single day, every single opportunity.
Amen.
But if we're talking about his health, right? We know that Chris has been suffering for quite some time. You know, it's been over 15 years that he's been dealing with that sickness that he has. And that shit must not be easy, dog.
Crazy to think about.
It's crazy to even consider that, right? And that's why he's lucky to be alive and can have that type of perspective, right? Of making sure that he's attacking every day with the gusto that it deserves, as we all should. But he looks to be better, right? Obviously, we know that he's taking care of himself. Just scary that can happen at any moment, right? To a guy like him. So like you said, man, you know, we're all behind Chris, and we love that he updated us, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And showed us that
he's in good spirits.
Yeah, he's in good spirits. He's doing okay, you know, and just keeping us informed, right? Because again, it brings a real sense of awareness to the fragile thing that we call life. You know what I mean?
Shout out to the Heat legend one time.
Shout out to Chris Bosh, man. And that's a real man shit, right? Being able to say things like that.
Absolutely.
That's real man shit. So shout out to Chris Bosh for sure, man. But yeah, you know, real man shit. Jack Hughes and them boys, bro, on the USA
hockey,
team.
over 40 years, they got it done.
Wow. And the way that they get it done, right? You're beating the best of the best.
Canada.
Canada.
USA, Canada in the final.
You know what I'm saying? You're
Can't
beating
script it any
Czech,
better
you're
than
beating
that.
Sweden, you're beating all these teams, dog, with high level NHL players, dog. We were talking about all-stars on the fucking
Yep.
World Baseball Classic.
Yep.
Canada has an all-star team, dog.
Yep.
Their third string is an all-star
They
team.
invented it, didn't they? Didn't they invent
You
hockey?
feel me? But you know, knowing that the USA team had just suffered a big loss in last year's four countries tournament, and they lost in the final to Canada, you could tell that shit hurt Kachuk. You could tell that shit hurt them boys. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And like it's almost like they made a pact to each other. Like, yo, we're not ever feeling this feeling again as long as we're playing. If the game changes and 4 guys are missing, the next time we get into an Olympic, cool. But if we're all here, goddamn it, we're gonna fucking run through this shit. And that's exactly what they did, bro. Every
awesome
single
to
game
watch.
that they played was gritty.
Yeah.
No pretty wins.
Yeah, dude. Even in this game, like they were ahead, and it
Yep.
still felt like they were behind.
Yep.
Like, cause we were like, at any moment, Canada's gonna tie the winning score, like the winning goal, cause they were just putting so much pressure, and they're that good of a team. They
Bro.
got so much talent, bro.
It was, I think, 8 minutes of straight pressure from Canada.
Yeah,
Eventually, they got the game tying goal.
Of course.
You know what I mean? Because they're fucking Canada.
of course. You
You
put
know?
that much pressure, you keep it coming, you're gonna score eventually.
You're gonna score. You know, and that guy Hedlbrook, Hedlbuck, I think is how you pronounce his last name, the goalie.
Yeah.
That guy was making save after save after save after save. Like, Papo, you're not perfect, and I don't expect you to be perfect. Dog. For you to give up 1 goal after you made 47 saves, fucking bravo.
That's
dog.
incredible.
Don't
Incredible.
worry about that one. That one's on us.
That's on
dog.
us. We got that one, buddy.
That one's on us, and if something
No,
else happens,
he played
it's
lights
also
out.
on us.
Played lights out.
Yeah, dog, and they needed him to, right? And again, the grit, the heart that team showed, dog,
Yeah.
because they didn't fold.
No.
At any moment, even with
went-
the 8 minutes of pressure, they did not fold. And ultimately, they were awarded, you know, with winning the gold medal, with Jack Hughes, you know, showing that grit in the 3-on-3, getting to the puck,
Yeah,
being
goes into
smart about it.
overtime. Overtime, the 3-on-3 overtime is pretty
Yeah,
sick,
man,
dog.
it's pretty smart too, bro. I like that shit. It's exciting, you know?
Yeah, it's cool.
It's exciting. I
You
think,
don't crowd the ice as much.
you feel me?
You imagine they did that in basketball, dog?
That'd be fucking
Pick
great.
your 3 best.
And we're gonna go
and we're
half
gonna
court
run half
to
court
11.
3-on-3s.
Straight up to 11.
Dog, I would tune in just for overtime games.
Yes, yes.
Like
You
breaking,
gotta
like
pitch it.
games going to overtime. I would
Yeah.
tune in just for that.
You gotta pitch it, and you put 10 minutes on the clock. dog.
3-on-3, bro.
Yeah.
So we don't got like all the
No,
other.
no.
Just give me your 3 best.
Let's go, dog. That would be a fucking great idea, Joel. Let's put that.
We gotta write.
put a pin on that.
We gotta email the NBA.
We're coming back to that one for
I
sure.
think Adam Silver, is it Adam Silver at
Yeah.
NBA.com?
Yeah, I think so. I think
All
so.
right, I'm gonna
Something
send
like
him a
that, right?
note.
Dot Silver, maybe, right?
Maybe. Yeah, we'll try both.
One of them will
And
get
then
kicked
we'll,
back.
we'll just try all the numbers too. Yeah.
One of them will get kicked back. But that format is awesome, you know what I mean? And again,
Yeah, very
Jack
cool.
Hughes, man, he was able to take advantage and just solidify his place in history.
Yeah.
You know,
and then he
'cause
lost the tooth in the run,
fuck, dude.
and then he was
Bloody
rewarded
mouth.
by being able to bite down on the gold medal with whatever tooth he had
What
left.
an epic picture, dog.
Yeah.
Ugh. And even more epic, dog, before we move on to the Panthers, how fucking cool that there was 2 sets of brothers.
Yeah.
Not one,
The Kachucks.
2 sets of brothers, and the Hughes
the
brothers,
Hughes.
dog. And, you know, in the post-game conference, you know, the older brother was like, man, you know, I texted him late night, yo, what are you thinking about? He's like, winning that gold medal, kid. Shit. You know what it is to win a gold medal with your brother,
That's
dog?
sick. Not
With your
just winning a gold medal, but your brother's on the same team.
Dog, that's wild.
Yeah, that's
Wild,
pretty
man.
dope.
Shout out to Team USA.
Yeah, man. 40
Historic
years in the
run.
making, man, and they made it happen. Over 5 years?
Yeah,
46
man. It's
years?
86. That shit is like fucking
Since
wild.
80, I think it was 1980.
Yeah, man. Wild,
We had one
wild,
gold
wild.
in hockey.
So awesome, man. Good for them boys,
Yeah, man. Shout out Team USA.
The only bad part about it is that Kachuk was not able to bring back that good luck, that good vibes into the Panthers. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
no.
Not because he didn't want to, he was just unable
Yeah.
to. You know, and I think that the theme for this year with the Panthers, right, that it's time to get into is they've been hurt this year a lot. You know what I mean? Like in key positions with key players.
We've
dog.
had our captain out for the whole year, pretty much, Barkov.
And he's now just getting back
Yeah,
to
just started just skating
practicing.
again.
You know what I mean? Skating and shit. Yellow jersey, so that means no contact. Man, you got to sit this guy out,
Yeah.
Papa. We need you forever. You know what I mean?
Now
Like,
we're out. We don't even
forget
need
these
you to go out
2-3
there right now.
weeks.
Take your time. Go back to Cancun.
and the Panthers have lost 3 out of their last 4 games, back-to-back games since they came back from the Olympic break. And in heartbreaking fashion, you know what I'm saying? You lose to the Devils last night 5-1. Previous to that, you lose to the Islanders, two technically bad teams, right? That they, you know, if you're talking about talent on each squad, the Panthers are definitely more talented, but you're losing to them, you know, because you can't close out, because you can't play defense. Big Bob is giving up goals that he wouldn't give up, you know what I mean? And then you give up 5 goals to the Devils, you know, we got this 18-year-old kid on the Devils scoring his goals left and right, setting up goals. That would never happen in the last 3 years for this Panthers team, right? Because at this stage of the season, they would have been so locked in.
Yeah, playoff mode.
Yeah, and they're not there because they've dealt with so many injuries. Kachuk was out, Barkov was out, Lindell missed games, Marchand missed games. Who's the Seth Jones has been out for like 3-4 weeks. Like big names, guys that we depend on are out. You know what I mean? And it's hard to keep up that championship level for that long when you don't have your A-plus players, right? So now we see the downfall of that. And with the trade deadline coming up,
it's a good run though.
It's an amazing run. It's an amazing run.
You know,
it's not over.
It isn't. It's not. It's just a little. It's a little blip. It's a little like dip in the run. And like the run's been like this, right? And now we're like just kind of thinking a little bit of a dip. Hit the pause
button right here. Before it gets too low, you're gonna hit the pause button. And I'll tell you why, right? Because I feel like this Panthers team is built for long-term success, right? You see it in the way that the contracts were formulated, the way that the money was spread out for all these big-name players, right?
They're meant to be here for a while.
They're meant to be here for a while. Panthers are playing the long game, even though they're expending a lot of money at the current time. The good thing about it is that now that you have this potential break, right, where you don't have the playoffs or you don't make the playoffs, you get a full off-season rest, and you get a jump on the off-season, right? Because now your GM is working. Boom, boom, boom. Do we do a deal? Who's tradable? Who's not tradable? Right. Let's put this guy. You feel me? So it gives the GM and the players pretty much a head start on next year. You know, one thing
that's a good way to look at it.
Absolutely, bro.
And then maybe too, we could throw in some younger guys out there and see what they got.
I mean, that's one thing that's for certain. Paul Maurice has done a good job this year of giving guys that are on the practice squad, maybe on the the second team, giving them opportunities to come up. You know what I'm saying? They just signed another goalie for the 2-way contract, and they're bringing him up towards the end of the season. Obviously, because Big Bob needs a break, right? He's hurt, he's tired, he's technically an old man for that position. And I think that, again, that's part of the strategy of playing the long game. And the reason why I say you put that pause in there is because they're probably looking at it as the same way the Patriots did. The Patriots didn't win the Super Bowl every year with Tom Brady, but they were there every other fucking year, right? Or every other, or back-to-back years, take a break. Back-to-back years, take a break. Why? Because it's hard to keep that. Right? So for the Panthers, the way that they see it is like, all right, we didn't make the playoffs this year. Awesome. What do we need to improve? Oh, we need this, we need this, we need space for this. Let's restructure this one. Let's restructure this contract. Hey, great offer for this guy. Hey, trade him. Boom. Now we got more money to spend here. And then the team gets better. The team is fully rested. And when you get into the 26-27 season, now you're a real threat. Because Marchand's healthy to start the season. Kachuk is ready to start the season. Barkov, exactly. Sam Bennett's been playing a shit ton of minutes. Sam Reinhart, shit ton of minutes. All those guys playing fresh. Again, I think the Panthers are playing the long game. They're not worried about missing the playoffs this year because it's almost like a pause. Hey, we need this break real quick.
Yeah, a little reset.
We just did the unthinkable about making 4 straight Stanley Cups, you know what I'm saying, and winning back to back. So yeah, I'm not mad at it, right? I understand it. Is it frustrating to watch? Absolutely.
Yeah, because we got so used to seeing win.
But if there's one team, Joel, that deserves a pass, it's the Panthers.
It's definitely the Panthers right now.
I mean, they've been the most consistent team in terms of winning, dog. Yeah. Regular season, playoffs, you name it.
Most recent champions, that's it. Just, that ends the debate.
That's the end all, right? And again, the way that they've gotten to that level or that stature, right, is by being consistent, right, winning games, using the talent the right way, and making the right moves, dog. So that shit really gives me hope for next season. Fuck it, this one is a wash.
Absolutely.
Wrap it up, man.
Yeah, it sucks. We'll still be able to watch some hockey, but it's just not as interesting because our guys are out of it. We know that. But maybe we can screw up somebody else's season.
Yeah, 100%.
That's what's left for us.
Right. I would love to play spoiler. The only thing that sucks about this next 2 days, 3 days is that you do have those trade rumors of Big Bob, right? Because he's owed big money now, right? He's a champion. He's, obviously proven himself.
We're at the end of his deal?
We're at the end of his deal now.
Shit.
So that's why I say we're getting such a head start on the off season. You know what I mean?
Makes sense.
Now, if a team calls you and they say, "Hey, we got 2 first-rounders for you for Big Bob,"
Never.
I don't think that you say no to that.
I don't think they'll offer that.
I don't think they will offer that either. But that's the type of shit that I'm saying. Like the Panthers are in a position to listen to the best offers, right?
Sure.
So they may trade Big Bob, they may not. We'll see what happens, and that's something definitely to keep an eye on. That's all I got for the Panthers, bro. They need this reset. It couldn't come at a better time for them, and I think that they're ultimately going to benefit this in the next season, dog. In the next season for sure.
So our playoff hopes for this year lie on the Heat. We need the Heat to make the playoffs.
You almost made me spill my drink.
Oh, my bad, dog.
I chuckled.
Well, I mean, Inter Miami FC won, right? They won a championship, so we got that.
And they're starting off the season with, they lost the first game in the season, and then they won the next 2. Messi scoring, he's setting up assists, he's doing his thing. Team is vibing.
Right. So we got that too. Maybe we got to pivot, dog. We got to start covering Miami FC.
A little bit. If we're going to cover soccer, we're going to cover Chelsea and EPL, dog. That's about it, dog.
All right.
I'm kidding.
It's your show, dog.
I wouldn't do that to you guys. We'll bring the Messi, news every now and then, because especially with that new stadium that's supposed to open in April.
It's building. They're building it quick.
It looks awesome. I drive by that shit all the time.
I miss Mount Reese so much.
Yeah, man. Damn, what a great golf course.
Whatever. Shout out Miami Lakes, though.
Way to bring it full circle, my boy.
Back to golf.
Yes, sir.
We started with golf and we ended with golf.
Yes,
18
sir.
holes later.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We got BKFC coming up March 20th.
Yes, sir.
That's going to be a vibe. We got Kai Stewart, the champ, defending his belt. El Gallo's making his return. El Zambo's out there knocking dudes' heads off, right? And
a lot of the hometown favorites.
A lot of the good guys. That it's going to be such a great card. Obviously, we can't wait to cover it. We're going to be there. It's going to be a vibe. You haven't been since the last one. I think you made the last one, right? No, you did. Yeah, you did. I was there previously with Jason. Shout out to Jason.
The one before that.
Yep. But yeah, man, it's going to be a vibe. A lot of great fights. Obviously, we're going to bring you the coverage. Obviously, we put that directly on our YouTube channel. So the only way to see that is by putting on the notifications. We know you guys are subscribed. You got to tell your mama to subscribe. But make sure everybody has the notification. That way you guys get those updates. I got one honorable mention in the boxing world. Ryan Garcia won the championship. He looks like he's returning. A lot of dudes roll him off in the boxing world. He's potentially got a super fight lining up against Shakur Stevenson because he's also holding belts in the same division. But I think that Ryan Garcia is one of those guys who deserves an honorable mention, right? Because we've ragged on him a couple of times, whether he was taking boxing serious or you just a social media star. Like, you're saying, like, which one of those two are you putting together? And it looks like after that scandal with the fucking steroids and shit like that,
he did his bid.
He did his bid, right? He did his bid, and he looked focused. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he looks good.
To stop Barrios,
the kid is definitely talented, bro. It's just 100%. A matter of how hard he wants to work for it.
100%. And he looked like he worked hard. He looked impressive against Barrios, who's a tough Mexican fighter. Had not lost up until that point. You know what I'm saying? And Ryan put him to work, knocked him down everything. So shout out to Ryan Garcia, man. For my fight fans, this weekend UFC, we got BMF title going down. Max Holloway versus Charles Oliveira.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
I got to check that out now that I got Paramount.
My dog. Yeah, baby.
We back, baby.
Shout out to Dana.
Don't need a bootleg nothing no more.
Shout out to Dana, baby. Goddamn, what a businessman that dude is, dog.
Wait, I haven't seen any of the fights yet on Paramount. I can't wait to check it out.
Yeah, man. It's gonna be an awesome card. It's stacked. Make sure you guys are tuned into that. Got World Baseball Classic games Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Got fights.
Else do you want?
What else do you want? You got the Heat trying to make the playoffs.
Too much.
You got the views. We're going to cut this shit out in a little bit. But last thing we're going to tell you guys is to tell a friend.
To tell a friend.
To tell another friend.
To tell everybody they know.
And tell everybody they know about this podcast, man, and what we got going on. We know that we starved you for a little bit, but sometimes, absence makes the heart grow fonder.
That's it, baby. That was beautiful. What a poet, dude.
That's what I do. You know what I'm saying? Until next time, it's your boy SoSo for Joel.
Peace.